Hey, this is Kevin with the Comics Crowd bringing you what's new in Kickstarter Comics for January 14th and 15th, 2025. 20 amazing project launches. Well, damn. Too Many Tuesday is back in a big way, with 21 launches in the Kickstarter Comics category. That's following a 4-drop Monday that I didn't immediately report on because it was so slow. And now, there are too many great comics to reasonably provide my usual preferred treatment of each launch. There's only so many hours in each day. But I will give space and attention to each of the comics I like, as there are a lot of them. 20 across Monday and Tuesday, actually. The only misses those 2 days were a pair of beginner comics that just haven't yet reached artistic and design standards, and a couple of not safe for work projects that were an art book in a magazine, so not comics. That's right, even the not safe for work drops are that good in this group. It's a hell of a day for indie comics, so be proud, y'all. As for comics I like, let's start with From Blood, an action-packed graphic novel and a Make 100 project by Cosmic Times and Martin Piero. From Blood is 80-plus pages of action, suspense, and mystery, available in a standard edition or limited Make 100 special variant edition. When a violent outburst shakes the institution to its core, Dr. Reese, a daring young psychologist, steps forward and makes a shocking breakthrough. What follows is an explosive chain of events that shatters everything the world thought it knew about Patient 27. I back this one. I'm familiar with it from years past. It's a great comic, a great story. Has really dynamic art, very gritty style to the art. Has a initial funding goal of $1,000 with an end date of January 26th, estimated delivery in April. Nice thick trade paperback at 80-plus pages, with a lowest digital tier price of $12 and a lowest print tier price of $20. Definitely recommend From Blood. Next up, from another Substacker, John Ward, we have A Causal, the collected edition. It's the collected edition of the sci-fi crime thriller about a misfit team of cops and criminals who receive messages from the future. It's a dynamic tale about hope and betrayal, full of flawed characters, surprise revelations, and tough decisions. It's part quantum leap, part criminal. Has an initial funding goal of $348 with an end date of January 24th. Estimated delivery in April. It's 100 pages, so that's a good long read. Lowest digital tier price is $7. Lowest print tier price is $18. I love the art and design. They're terrific. It's got solid, attractive art, color, and composition on the inside. You need to check this one out. It's not getting enough attention for what it is. Then we have Heirs of Isildur, The Perilous Prospects 1 through 4. Also a Make 100 project from Insymmetry Creations. This is apocalyptic sci-fi set in a steampunk world with Shadow's Haven on the brink of annihilation. Can anyone devise a plan to save it? It's centered around the exploits and misadventures of Professor Michael Isildur, aka the Timekeeper, a watch and clock aficionado, and the most respected citizen in the puritanical mountain village of Shadow's Haven. Also back this one, doing some reciprocal steampunk backing since I'm currently running a steampunk campaign myself. Has an initial funding goal of $3,500 with an end date of January 30th, 2025. Estimated delivery in April. And it's 44 pages with the lowest digital tier price of $6, lowest print tier price of $15. I love the cover art design, really nice interior art, color, and composition. And they've got some catch-up rewards tiers that are discounted to make it easier for you to pick up the whole story. Next up is If a Tree Falls by Emerald Valley Entertainment, which describes itself as a crime fiction limited comic series. This series aims to blend comic fiction with the occult. If a Tree Falls is set deep in the remote hollows of Appalachian, Alabama, where a seasoned agent and his young partner must uncover the truth behind a grisly murder. Very simple, effective cover art and design for this project, and has awesome black and white interior art and composition. It's a really great showing from a first-time Kickstarter creator, and it's an easy pickup at 24 pages with the lowest digital tier price of $5, lowest print tier price of $10. On to Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, number 9, a mature fantasy drama by Daphne Legge. The Council of Mages is determined to sentence Ego Raven to death, but she makes an offer to King Jason that's too tempting to refuse. Follow the adventure of a unicorn princess exiled into the mortal realm after she is betrayed by her elf prince husband-to-be and dragons overtake her kingdom. There's a lot going on here. It's a long-running series, for a Kickstarter at least, at 9 issues, but you can pick up the previous issues in digital art print format via catch-up reward tiers. The initial funding goal is $1,000. It ends on February 14th. Estimated delivery of March. It's 32 pages with the lowest digital tier price of $7, lowest print tier price of $10. Really like the cover art, very detailed, strikingly stylized art on the inside. Very interesting use of color, composition. Very, very interesting book, worth checking out. Move on to Psyche, a graphic novel by Carolyn L. Smith. This classic from Greek mythology debuts in beautiful book form after its original release as a series of 4 comic books. When a group of fanatics begins worshipping Princess Psyche, the jealous goddess Aphrodite crafts a plan to ruin her. I'm a sucker for mythology tales, and this book and the very simple and attractive art style will really draw me to it. It's one I'm considering backing. Has an initial funding goal of $5,000 with an end date of February 14th. Made delivery in May. Doesn't specify the number of pages in the comic. There is no digital tier offered. The lowest print tier price is $25. Next is California Inc., number 1 through 4, the complete series by Arthur M. Ebuin, studio from Studio 12-7. In the near future, California becomes a corporate country with factions fighting to shape the new nation. Is it a dystopian dream with a rude awakening, or does it pave an unprecedented path for other countries? Very high-level story concept here. Interested to see how they pull this off. It's got top-notch detailed art, color, and composition. Really high-level cover art and design. Just a gorgeous project all around. Also has catch-up reward tiers available, so you can pick up the first 3 issues to go with the last. Initial funding goal of $2,000, end date of February 13th. Estimated delivery in April. This is 96 pages of awesomeness. Lowest digital tier price of $7, lowest print tier price of $15. Very, very affordable. We have Kid Cretaceous number 1 through 2. Number 1 and 2. It's a Make 100 project by J. Michael Miller. Have you ever wished a superhero could be your friend? Kid Cretaceous' wish comes true when her toy dinosaur leaps to life again. This new superhero coming-of-age story is about a young girl grappling with new powers, a new talent, a new trauma, and a new weekly chore, therapy. Really fun cover art and design on this project with stylized, cartoonish art, color, and composition on the inside. The initial funding goal is $1,600 with an end date of February 13th. Estimated delivery in April. 28 pages with the lowest digital tier price of $6, lowest print tier price of $10. Conrad Van Cottonmouth number 2 by Michael Connors, the epic saga of an extraordinary bunny. It's interesting. You're going to see, I think, 3 total projects out of these 20 that involve rabbits, bunnies in some form. Really odd coincidence for one day of launches on Kickstarter. And we start with this one. Conrad Van Cottonmouth continues his quest to save Earth from an impending catastrophe. Packed with daring rescues, unexpected twists, and heartwarming moments, this story is a thrilling continuation of an extraordinary adventure. Top tier cover art here across 3 variants. Just great use of the logo and the way that it's juxtaposed with the art. Intricate, gorgeous interior art, color, and composition. An initial funding goal of $800 with an end date of February 13th. Estimated delivery in February, which is a quick turnaround if they can actually deliver it next month after a long campaign this month. This is 40 pages with the lowest digital tier price of $5, lowest print tier price of $15. Drumsticks of Doom, BOTSM issue number 2 of 3. Includes all previous issues. This is by John Westhoff. The sophomore arc of the heavy metal hit series rolls on with tons of great swag and all catch-up issues. When Black Sabbath, not the Beatles, became the world's most famous band, the universe was changed musically and otherwise. Okay, that's a cool concept. That's the kind of what if that we need. If Black Sabbath was more famous than the Beatles, how would the world turn out? And that's the high concept for this story. It's got solid cover art and design, horror-inspired black and white art on the inside. As it mentioned, it does have catch-up rewards tiers available so you can get the whole series. It has an initial funding goal of $4,444 with an end date of February 6th. Estimated delivery in April. It's 20 pages with the lowest digital tier price of a very affordable $4. Lowest print tier price of an even more affordable $7. Run, don't walk to pick this one up. Next up, this is a really fascinating project, Sancha and Blanco, numbers 1 and 2 by Ray Chow. Sancha yearns for a freedom her brother Blanco cannot comprehend. This is issues 1 and 2 of a K9 fairy tale. The 4-issue limited series is told from a dog's perspective, exploring themes of freedom, family, love, and change. 2 dogs trapped in their backyard. Sancha yearns for a freedom her brother cannot comprehend. There's something mournful or sorrowful about that idea of writing a fantasy story of 2 dogs trapped in their backyard, given how commonplace that very circumstance is. Interesting. Very, very cool story idea. This is a project with hauntingly brilliant cover art and design, beautiful, vibrant interior art, color, and composition. Initial funding goal of $4,500 with an end date of February 4th. Estimated delivery in May. Doesn't specify the number of pages, but it appears to be affordable with the lowest digital tier price of $7, lowest print tier price of $15. Catch-up rewards tiers are available. Next is Vanya, the Lost Warrior, numbers 1 through 8, a not-safe-for-work sci-fi prehistoric tale by Bad Bug Media. A time-traveling soldier finds herself stranded in a prehistoric world, forced to battle for survival against a ruthless alien species. Upon discovering time travel, a military program is acted called the Time Trials, which is designed to train skilled warriors for the technique of survival in harsh conditions on other planets. There's plenty of attention to story and interior art for this not safe for work comic. I mean, the interior art is top notch. It looks like something you would want to read, especially if you're a fan of dinosaurs and action stories involving dinosaurs. Just a really great concept and really well put together. It's got high-level dynamic interior art, gorgeous cover art too, across many nude and clothed variants. This is a porn cover mill, but it is focusing on story and art. I have to give them their due. Has an initial funding goal of $3,000, which is blown past. There's an end date of January 30th, estimated delivery in June. 32 pages with the lowest digital tier price of $8, lowest print tier price of $18. Then we have A Town Called Collegeville by Clyde K. This is a strange project, and I salute the creativity here. It might not be my cup of tea, but there's something interesting happening here. It's a furry Midwestern Gothic horror comic. So take those descriptors and mix them up and see what you get. A Town Called Collegeville is a 264-page horror comic about a series of murders that take place in a small town in Indiana in the summer of 1973. So they take this real-life event from 50-some-odd years ago, and then they interpolate the concept of furries such that all the characters are basically anthropomorphic animals, but really people in furry suits going through this horrible situation that actually occurred back in the 70s. It's got stylized, cartoonish interior art, color, and composition that's contrasted with this dark story matter. It's really an odd mix that's off-putting and unsettling, but could make for a really fascinating story. I'm going to check it out a little more. I suggest you do the same. Initial funding goal of $5,500 with an end date of February 13th. Estimated delivery in June. This is a big book. 264 pages. They're not offering a digital tier, but the lowest print tier price is $35. And for $35, you're getting your money's worth and more at 264 pages. This project needs some more love. You need to take a look and decide if it's something you might want to support just to see what's going on here. Dead Skins, a zombie horror comedy western for mature readers by Fried Comics. This is a 172-page 10th anniversary hardcover collection that's Blazing Saddles meets The Walking Dead. A Harvard-educated dandy and his blind drunk companion are all that stand between the Old West and an undead apocalypse. This has really killer cover art and design, masterful grayscale interior art, color, and composition. They use select splashes of color, usually red for blood, to really emphasize certain events that happen in this book. And it just looks amazing. Really impressive work, especially to be from 10 years back from indie creators. There's an initial funding goal of $4,900 with an end date of February 13th. Estimated delivery in June. The number of pages is 172, as I mentioned. Lowest digital tier price is $20. Lowest print tier price is $40. So you're definitely paying up to get this project, but these are hardcovers that are going to look really nice and be very collectible. So the $40 is definitely in the range of what's acceptable on Kickstarter for a book this size and in this format. Then we have The Return of Stabity Bunny, Stabity Ever After, remastered by Stabity's creator, Richard Rivera. What if Stabity Bunny destroyed Fairyland? The series reboot begins here. Artwork by Ryan Kincaid, issue 1 of a 4-issue miniseries. It's a story of a little girl, Grace, who has magical powers and is being stalked by an evil entity. Alongside her plush bunny protector, Stabity, she must battle supernatural forces. I've been aware of Stabity Bunny for a long time, and I think it got caught up in this wave of mid-level publishers that overspent, overextended themselves, and then folded. And Richard Rivera is now back out on Kickstarter, fully in control of his project and his product. And I wish him well with it. Fun, ironic cover art design. The cover reminds me of the box of Trix with the Trix rabbit, if you remember those old commercials. Colorful, cartoonish interior art and composition. It has an initial funding goal of $2,000 with an end date in February 5th. Estimated delivery in April. Doesn't specify the number of pages, but this is a really cheap campaign. Lowest digital tier price is $3. You're not going to find that very often in the Kickstarter comics category. At a lowest print tier price of $10. The Prince in the Basement by Mira Ong Chua, an 18-plus queer fairy tale romance graphic novel. On the day of her coronation, the princess awakens a forbidden secret that could ruin everything. An imprisoned prince in the castle basement, bearing a face identical to hers. Big initial funding goal of $20,000, which it has surpassed in just the first day on Kickstarter. With an end date of February 14th, estimated delivery in July. Huge book, 424 pages with the lowest digital tier price of $20, lowest print tier price of $25. Folks, when you're getting 424 pages of really quality classic art for $25 printed, shipped, that is value. And while this subject matter may not be your thing, the quality of the work might be. So I suggest you take a look. It's an amazing value for the volume of content. The interior art is manga-inspired, grayscale. That isn't set up like manga. I mean, this reads left to right as an American book. But just the style of figure work and the dynamics between the characters visually reminds me of manga. Definitely something to look at for the money. And here we go with Nymphobots, Not Safe for Work, Sexy Sci-Fi Action by Paul Veenstra. Now we check out the puns here in the description. Thrust into this vibrant, not safe for work 38-page action-packed adventure. Innovation climaxes with the creation of highly advanced sex bots known as Nymphobots. But when one Nymphobot breaks the shackles of her program and kills her handler, she threatens to bring the dominating powers to their knees. Really striking cover art and design across multiple clothes and new variants. The use of color in this campaign on the covers and interiors is really striking. I'm kind of at a loss for words to describe it as a writer and not an artist, but it's gorgeous work. I mean, it's very different than anything you see in the not safe for work space. The interiors are simply gorgeous with a bombastic, beautiful color treatment I haven't seen elsewhere before. Lots of pastels, lots of soft colors, but the interplay, the way that they're set up next to each other and the way they bleed together, it's pretty fascinating to me. It's an initial funding goal of $696 with an end date of February 13th, estimated delivery in April. It's a 38-page comic with the lowest digital tier price of $7, the lowest print tier price of $13, both very reasonable for 38 pages. Here's our third rabbit project, Shinto, Memories of Spring by Alan Wu. A 70-plus page anthology of the immortal rabbit girl Shinto and her apprentice navigating springtime and youth in ancient China. Each of 8 short comics depicts a self-contained story weaving between the emotional highs and lows of Xiaohu's childhood. Gorgeous cover and design, impressive interior art and composition. Has an initial funding goal of $5,000, end date of February 11th, estimated delivery in May. It's a 70-plus page book with the lowest digital tier price of $15, lowest print tier price of $25. Here Be Monsters Bundled by Bones Buns, a comic about a quiet romance blooming between a fisherman and a creature of the deep. This is 56 pages with a satin finish and A5 print size, and I really like that this creator went the extra mile and put the end product specs right there in the subheading. This comic has really captivating cover art and design. It's beautifully illustrated. I mean, that's pro level, awesome interior art and composition. Just looks great. Has an initial funding goal of $2,000 and an end date of February 13th. Estimated delivery in April, 56 pages. Also not offering a digital tier. Lowest print tier price is $30. Captivating art and design. I mean, $30 is expensive for 56 pages, but it looks really high level. And I think you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck on this one. Lastly, but not leastly, Pillowhead Issue 1 by Dom Gomez, a 32-page comedy action adventure comic. Pillowhead and his best friend Quimby venture on a quest to find a board game that was stolen from their local board game cafe by Woodland Ninjas. Interesting, fun concept, really fascinating cover art and design, stylized interior art and composition. Initial funding goal of $2,025, end date of February 15th, estimated delivery in April. It's 32 pages with the lowest digital tier price of $10, the lowest print tier price of $20. So very accessible. And there you have it. Out of 24 launches over Monday and Tuesday, 20 of them were simply terrific looking projects. I just went through every one for you. And the genres span the gamut from comedy to not safe for work to erotica to horror to action adventure to sad dog stories. I mean, you name it. And you get 3 bunny stories of all different sorts. So if you're really a fan of rabbits, this is the launch day for you. You can pick all this out, and they're all very different flavors, and they all look very nice. Look like very good comics projects. So we'll keep looking. That's a great start to January. We were already seeing a couple of days with some really great launches, and the 14th and 15th did not disappoint. Maybe the best launch day I've seen since I've been covering the daily launches via the Comics Crowd. So enjoy. I hope you find something you like and something you'll enjoy reading, and I'll get back with you in a day or two. Take care. To keep up with daily launches in the Kickstarter comics category, join me, writer and self-publisher Kevin Laporte, on Substack at thecomicscrowd.substack.com. Subscribe for free and enjoy routine analysis of every single comic campaign that drops on Kickstarter. Paid subscribers gain early access to daily podcasts that review daily launches.